big detached low boy. It was empty. I was being cocky. But the guardrail wouldn't move over. So what happened is, instead of the guardrail moving over, it went on two of my tires. So we changed 2 low boy tires this morning. Got the mill up going, changed 2 low boy tires, and I put a throttle cable in Annie. I'm gonna run Annie today on this job site, which is gonna be really cool. But I'm running Roger's chainsaw Annie. Since Roger's shoulder got hurt, he can't run Annie no more. And he told me I could take Annie over since Puddin' is eating the poo-poo. So the guys and everybody is out at the Big Cypress job. And I'm here alone because we finished the job not Okay, change battery. Okay, so what we're doing is we didn't finish this job quite kosher. We had a little mistake. I had pallet problems and stuff like that when we was logging next door to the mill, so I was in and out, in and out, in and out. And me and Brutus cut a little section that John Moon missed. And Moon said, heck, I didn't know you was even over there. So we shut the job down. We decided it was all cleaned up. Big Daddy goes in to finish, and there's 12 trees right in this guy's yard. Oh, man. So, and meanwhile, we've moved all the way to BFE out there at the Big Cypress job. We are 100 and some plus miles from home, like 105. So, we're like, oh man, what do we do? What do we do? And I said, why don't I go back to the farm? Me and the mini den and Sergeant Pants has been cleaning the fence row out. I said, why don't I get the mini den, fix Annie, and use Annie, grab the mini den and grab Sergeant Pants and just finish logging with the mini den and Sergeant Pants. And Sergeant Pants can bring the logs right out. So that's what we're gonna do. Job number 1, let's go get the mini den and Sergeant Pants. Alright, first item of business, we come up on the farm with the detach. And drove down here on below the hill where I've been hauling rock and stuff out with Sergeant Pants. And we're gonna load up the mini den. Now I made a little mistake. I'm gonna have to get creative. I don't have far to go, so it isn't that big a deal, but to legally bind this down, I'm gonna haul the mini den on the back and Pants in the front. Weight wise I'm fine, but to legally secure it, I only got 6 boomers and I need 8. So I might have to do some funky stuff with straps, with ratchet straps to get it to get my 4 corners of all the machines. Ugh. Just have to see how we get them along. Now this job we're going to, let me give you a quick rundown. It's 3 landowners. It's right next door to the mill. It's 3 landowners lumped together to make a decent sale. But the landowner we yarded on, Mark, we screwed up his fence, so because we had the yard there. So Jordan's coming in and he's gonna fix his fence, and I gotta bring a post from up here. Jordan and Mark's gonna fix fence. I'm going over on the other landowner, and I got a spot in the edge of his yard I can drive Pants in and out. So I'm gonna be over there bucking up the trees that are down. We don't have to cut anything down, but I have to buck up what I got down, load it out with the mini den into Sergeant Pants. So Mark and Jordan will be able to hear me over there. They'll hear my saw or my mini den beating and banging around, because I'll be by myself. So they'll be there to make sure that I don't get myself hurt or something. So this up to the house and get Sergeant Pants, then we'll situate our load and get it ready to head down the road. What we're gonna do now is get things situated. I'm gonna put the mini den up on the fenders and back old Sergeant Pants in there and set the boom down inside the bed of the Sergeant Pants. We'll see how we do here. Yeah, we'll see how we do. Great shape. Plenty of room. Fits on there like a mother freaking glove. Look at them apples. Look at the apples. You like apples? Look at them apples. Jeez, we can pull back up. I'm gonna back up here and then pull that up tight. And then so look at old Pants, man. Old Pants is freaking awesome. Uncle Herman, I'm gonna take good care of this. I promise I'll never let you down on it. And Uncle Monkey, I ain't gonna let you boys down on it. This thing will be in good hands. It'll last forever, I promise you. Its past life was an off-road truck, so it's got off-road fuel in it. So we're starting to put on-road fuel in it, but it takes a bit to get the off-road fuel out of it. So I'm kind of worried about that, and I'm worried about none of my lights working, but I ain't going but 2.5 miles down the road. I just run down the shoulder. I don't know, maybe I should take somebody with me and I don't know. I don't want to track the I don't know. This is legal, what I'm doing. It's not perfectly legal here. Well, there it is. It ain't no, I still got this front one to do. I'm gonna hook that front one up yet, and that's gonna pull down sideways. But I got 2 up front pulling sideways, 2 in the back pulling down at the diagonal, and with the weight of that truck, it should be sufficient. This is where I got funky. I hooked them as a basket to pull them down each side with the mini den. And then I pulled these back into the side, each side with the mini den. And I know I'm skipping a mulligan there on the blade. I probably should be going in here, but I don't see a good way of doing it. And I probably should be throwing a strap over something up there, because your loose appendage is supposed to be held down or held solid from moving. But I'm gonna try to do a mulligan with this holding that, and inside that bed it can't go anywhere. It's got to raise up to get out of it, so it's all mushy. The wrong police officer, or I shouldn't say the wrong police officer, but a police officer that don't recognize that I would get in trouble. So, but some police officers just say that's okay, because I got an explanation for everything I'm doing, and I'm just out of straps. The only thing I'm worried about is the straps. Hooked as a basket, that doubles them, but will that be enough strength to hold the mini den? I don't know. I think I'm probably too light, but I'm gonna drive easy and get there. It's just if I get pulled over and tell them, well, I didn't have enough, I didn't leave home with enough stuff to get the job done right. Get up here, we're gonna have to back in off the street. We gotta back like a mile down the road. There's nowhere to turn this big rig around in there, so we're gonna have to back in. I'm not promising anything. All right. Two of the landowners back there behind us that we worked off of. Joe's out there in the yard watching us. Logging stuff out or not. The skidder man forgot about 10 to 12 trees back there in that guy we logged off of. Paula said, what are we going to do? I said, I'll go get my mini, that old dump truck, and I'll bring him out, I guess. Back all the way over there. Yeah. If you hear a crash, you know it went wrong. Look out, we're getting in the limbs. Look out, Mr. Pants, we're getting in the limbs a little bit. Ah, a few limbs ain't hurting nobody. Just don't want to tear the mirrors up on the truck. That's who that guy was I talked to. And then this is the old vice principal. Well, it's where he used to live when I was in school where we're logging at. So I know this. Of course, Ed, if you see this, I'm sorry, but we tic-tacked him one time real good. So I remember the property real well because we got all over before he caught us. Okay, here we are. Let's get this unloaded. The sacrifices we make.
People never understand
They
what it's
do.
like.
They don't. Come on, Pinto! Woo! Where?